Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 13, day 3. It is Wednesday, March 29th, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. To support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders. Week 13, it is Wednesday. Grind Wednesday after a super trend Tuesday. Indices, AM session, slow momentum, deep pullbacks. YM just chopping its way after the PM session, slow grinding uptrend, though almost to the highs, all-time highs there on the NQ. We'll take a look here at the charts in a moment on decreased volume. Hey guys, if this is your first time here, welcome. We're going to run through the daily charts as we saw the trend set up on the both intraday range charts. As we see here, a good example of the trading setup, looking for price action either above or below the 5144 cloud with a trade management setup, which allows you to stay or remain in the trend or in and out, depending on your trade management strategy, to the downside or the upside. Being ready in both directions. My preference is to use HA, Heiken, Ashi bars versus the common candlesticks. Though they are both candlesticks, it's easier to determine what trend looks like to me, and to remain in a setup is your choice on the HA bars, as they are trending bars, as we see here on the Sierra charts, which is a program that we use. Though available on other trading platforms, the Sierra charts has the opportunity for you to remain in the trend on a variety of different strategies. All right, so let's jump into, as we do each day, we'll go ahead and take a look at the pre-market trend, the daily outlook posted 15 minutes prior here to each session. Happy birthday, Mr. Polcari there on CNBC today. A little tweet there posting out. Make sure you check out his morning newsletter, macro view, micro view, as to where the market is currently from yesterday's trading session. Looking at today's econ highlights, it was the Brexit Article 50 before regular trading hours, as the VIX was already sitting at 1155. Pre-market screen share, we were looking at pretty much chop across the board here, as the only market trailing down was the euro after the Article 50 presented on the Brexit exit, and the rest of the markets just seem to be in a sideways churn from the overnight and the pre-market. Taking a look at the NASDAQ futures, as we were looking upside on the MML. Those are the Murray math levels. We were looking at 54.29 up to 68 with a high here today of 54.37. So coming in between the two levels. And downside, we were looking at 53.90 down to 53.51 and only reaching a low of 54.04. All right, price action on the short-term pick on the NQ pre-market. There was the MMLs holding at the upper highs, so understandably so. Looking for the pullback, possibly downside here. 60-minute chart, which has been in an uptrend, continues to be in an uptrend. We were looking up to 54.29. As I said, the high here today, 54.37. So grabbing almost up to the second resistance up here, as the 4-hour chart continues to consolidate here over the last day and a half at the highs. Taking a look at the market profile here on the NQ, we were pretty much balanced profile, holding net long above yesterday's close here. Nice profile overnight with the VPOC here from yesterday, 54.14, as the market has found some rest here off the 600-day VPOC, which we'll see here on the charts in a little bit as well. All right, take a look at the ES pre-market. We were looking at 23.59 up to 23.75 with a high here today of 23.59. Nice. Ring the bell. Downside 43 to 28 gave us a low here of 48 today, so not getting anywhere close to our near downside numbers, but hey, we give numbers on both directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart on the pre-market. As you can see, similar setup as it was on the NQ. Price action to the upside here, holding up. What did we say that high was? 23.59. So getting up to that resistance there on the 1 hour, on the 60-minute chart, 1 hour chart. Nice move. And 23.59 almost already hitting upside the 15-minute. Dropping down to a 5-minute chart on the intraday. Nice. Also altered it to look at time frames. Taking a look at the ES Globex TPO, there was the market again, similar overnight Globex balance profile sitting in between the close of yesterday net long and the VPOC from yesterday 57. Throwing a little bit of analysis this morning from Shadow Trader. There was the trend line drawn, very nice move. We'll see how price action ended up holding, whether we broke above, and as you can see here, 23.60, we didn't break that line, so we held downside from the trend line, so no breakout upside. Market action pretty content in yesterday's value after the single prints that divided the two different zones of trading from yesterday's session. Again, you can check out that pre-market analysis every morning there on the Twitter feed. All right, so there was our pre-market analysis. Not many charts of highlight here yesterday, of today here, as the 6E on the Brexit, downside, Article 50, move downside, solid body tails down as the chart I showed you there in the beginning. Again, looking for the move to the downside on the HA bars underneath the cloud. That's exactly what we had here today on the 6E overnight session. To the downside, gives you an opportunity to move your stop if you managed it properly from the highs to the swing size position, which gave you an opportunity to remain in the trend if you were able to manage it. So down to the Globex low. All right. So rolling into today's charts, again, NQ with a nice move from the lows. Again, I mentioned before on the 5-minute, nice move from downside off the support, 54.10, all the way up to the reversal today, 54.37. So looking at both the 5-minute and the 15-minute gives you a good contrast as to see where where levels match up intraday. All right, one additional chart here, looking on the TPO. Oh, hang on a second. Let me grab that here in a moment. Let's take a look at the NQ full session. There I was looking for potential setups here above the cloud where you have everything in sync, indicated by the green dots above the candles with the long setup. With the 534 in sync, gives you the highest probability with trade management if you were able to get a runner. If stopped out, you wait for the next setup. There were your moves. Again, we mentioned here, slow momentum, deeper pullbacks, unable to just grab like we saw yesterday on some of those trend moves. So there's your NQ with an opening price down here, 11.75 up to 36.25. Ring the MML bell upside. There was your NQ full session. YM dropping down to a smaller session. We mentioned before YM very choppy this morning. Again, a couple of probability setups to the downside here, dropping from a 10.7 to a 6.3 flex Rayco. Market open, PM session all the way to close. Not much movement there on the YM today. Taking a look here at the ES full session, a little bit cleaner, smooth on the 5.4 flex Renko to the upside. Nice early move downside here with all charts in the red. Turns itself around here after the pullback. Gives you an opportunity after an opening price, 52 up to 57. We close it out after a little bit of sprint upside and the pullback. Finishing out on the profile, again, there it was. Price action was able to really just balance within the two between VPOC, Globex overnight, and then pulling up the chart here as I did prior. That was our pre-market analysis, and there we go. Unable to really break that trend line much today, so ES holds the line here on the TPO, time profiles. We'll take a look here at the volume profile here in a minute, and the NQ, similar picture, holding upside above the 600-day VPOC and holding upside above the gap. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts as today Crude managing to hold up. Gold, yen, euro chop. VIX closing out here at 1142 with the core sector list 18 in the green and 7 in the red. There's our trading session recap. Again, econ highlights here today. Brexit Article 50 with pending home sales was upside. EIA build. There's your news and your Globex chop with the U.S. session uptrend. Make sure if you want to check out any of the charts posted here on the video, you can always check them out here on the feed as well. All right, let's jump into the charts as promised. Here's the VPOC. Again, volume profile. Nice looking for price action above the 70%. Very little on the bottom. Again, very weak on the top here, ES, but closing out previous day VPOC as the 600-day sits downside. Take a look at the market internals on the quad. Cumulative index on the NQ to the upside. Similar picture there on the ES, all holding above zero. Very nice move. Again, you're looking for progressive momentum as price action on the HA bars or any candlestick you're watching. As the cum tick accumulates above line zero, we see the progressive line on the histogram here lift throughout the session. Taking a look at the daily gaps, price action on the NQ almost reaching a high here at 54.41 as it holds above the weekly opens, 53.30.75, 20397 on the YM, way off from the all-time highs up here on the ES. As you can see, volume a little bit subpar of the average volume, holding downside as we get the market lift today. And then market internals, last one, taking a look here at the AD lines, a study available here on the Sierra Charts Infinity platform. Price action again, finding the lows here off the NQ. Very nice move off the 70.75, which correlated with the upside move in the market off the lows today, off the MMLs and the HA bars to finish upside. Once price action got up here to the 45, you could see unable to push upside. Therefore, price action remained stale and was not able to move up anymore in the PM session. All right, let's jump over to the charts as we do each day. As we showed the all-time, the entire session here for all three, as the NQ almost reached that all-time high. It was the crude with a nice move up here after the EIA report to the upside above the Globex high. All charts in the green, 50 above 144. Nice move on the crude. Take a look at the GC chopping across, holding below the weekly VWAP, but inside the Globex session, not much to talk about after yesterday's sell-off here on the gold. Take a look at the 6E. 6E again, overnight move. 6J, overnight move. Yesterday's move, overnight move, very little follow-through, holding between the Globex overnight, pre-market, and then just chopping its way. Again, small pocket of opportunity. Deep pullbacks would have probably taken you out there on the 6J if you held your stop at the break even. It was the 6E to the downside. Article 50 being signed, handed in today. And the 6E to the downside, best trending overnight. And U.S. session just chopping across the board. Really no major setup here. Again, hope you weren't taken out too badly here on the 6E to the downside as the pullbacks just completely took those out. All right, so where are we headed for tomorrow? Remember, today's results, overnight results, never indicative of where we're headed tomorrow, but what we do is we jump over to the MML levels. We take a look at where we are going upside, both downside, both directions. So if ES holds up here on the 15-minute, we're looking from 59.50 all the way up here to 62.25. That would keep us in the upper range. Any pullback here on the ES down back to 23.55, all the way back down to 51.50. Anything lower, we'll start to look at the 4-hour chart here down to 43.75. Very rare to get that kind of movement overnight. Appreciate the fact that the ES has, after the technical momentum outlook for the week, ES is now back up above the 50 and holding above and regained the 10-period moving average. Very nice move. Taking a look here at the YM as we head into the overnight Globex session. Take a look upside here, 625, upside 664. But YM really unable to get that footing here today. We might see the pullback or hold here, 586 down to 557. We'll be looking down to 469 for any major drop heading into tomorrow if we're going back downside. Anything upside, we'll be looking to our upper levels up to 684 here on the YM. And finally, looking on the NQ here. NQ, as we hold back upside, all-time highs within a handle's reach. Appreciate the fact that the NQ ran from the lows, both on the 15 minutes and the 5-minute support, all the way upside through the major support. Again, deep pullback, finally gained some footing here. We're up to the reversal, 54.37. Overnight, watch for the lift up to maybe 59 up here on the NQ. Any pullback, we'll watch for 50% pullback here to major support resistance, 54.20 down to 54.10. Anything deeper to tomorrow, we'll be looking down to 53.90 all the way down to 53.51 on the NQ. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of the indices in key futures markets. Let's go ahead and take a look at the economic calendar for tomorrow as we roll in GDP. It's GDP tomorrow, together with jobless claims, Red Star events, and yes, more Fed speakers to litter the daily agenda as we roll into Friday, end of the month. And price action will obviously show up on the charts tomorrow morning after the overnight Globex. Make sure you check out the pre-market trend 15 minutes prior to price to the market opening up in the morning. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information, whether here on Twitter or on StockTwits as well. My trading mantra, one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day at Trading Fibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. And as always, leave your buys at the door when trading. Hey guys, if you're interested in more information on the Sierra charts or anything as to the setups, make sure you check out the Infinity Futures YouTube channel. It has a great variety of tutorials on anything listed here, including the online manual at Sierra Charts. For those of you who are interested in any of these setups or joining us, our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, David at tradingfibs.com. You may join us on any Thursday or Friday to view the live chart setups as they happen in the trading day. Hey guys, wherever you may be, have yourselves a Blue Zone day, good night, and good trading to you.